you go. Good. Ah. That's good. Good. So like we were mentioning, like the last time, Ted, you can come in close. That the way I learned the Tai Chi, I learned it the old traditional way. I learned the first set heaven, second set earth, third set man. Everything starts from heaven, which give birth to earth, which give birth to man. Now the movements in heaven is very simple. Heaven is very simple in its movements. As things get closer to man, it gets more complicated. That's why man was the combat part of it, right? Like for instance, the second part was, we know as we go back, the pivot, the step. Now you start to have, the movements start to smooth out. The thing about the Tai Chi is this, when you start up, right, the movements are very simple because the mind is not even warmed up as of yet, right? Notice after a while the movements start to repeat themselves. So in the beginning stage you might have missed certain movement or miss doing the movement, becoming totally involved into the technique. But just like the Caesar repeat themselves, the movement repeat themselves. So if I didn't get it the first time, the next time around, come back to it. Oh, I got to a whole nother layer of understanding, a whole nother layer of movements. You see, where the mind start to accept the movement, now the mind start to synchronize with the body start to synchronize with the mind. Your environment is taken into consideration also. Because sometimes when you first start with the Tai Chi, guess what? You're a little tense. You know, all of you are not there yet. That's the good thing about this Tai Chi, or the Tai Chi movement, because the whole idea, when you start, you have to be more relaxed. As you become more relaxed, you start synchronizing the movement. As you start synchronizing the movement start to take over. So by the time you get to maybe the middle of the second or third set, you start to acquire relaxation. Relaxation is not something you do. So when you say relaxing the Tai Chi move, you can't just relax. The relaxation is a state of mind. So you have to acquire the state of mind, and then relaxation take place. That's what happened. Now when we start to talk in terms of the self-defense movement, first movement in the Tai Chi, as you know, we go from Wu Chi, and now we start applying Tai Chi. And for instance, this second movement, we know for a fact, if you behind me, right? If you behind me, it's teaching me to what? Cover my flank. Yeah, you go.
Let's go.
There you go. And now, from here, if it's a trap and you're able to recover, now we have the rollback technique coming in. Right? So the footwork in Tai Chi is very important. And what happened is that a lot of times people play the movement in Tai Chi, they play the hands. And they forget all of the intricacies that is taking place here. Alright? And that's what's so important about this, because the rooting, remember now in the beginning when we start, it teaches you how to root yourself, sending your roots into the ground. Because the movement starts in the legs, guided by the waist, and expressed through the hands. So if you start to use just hand movements, you lose everything. There you go, you lose everything. And then the people saying, well, Tai Chi doesn't work as far as combat. Of course it doesn't work the way they're approaching it now, because it's a powerful combative system. But the whole idea behind the Tai Chi, as far as a combat style, one of the first things it teaches you is to use the body in a whole different kind of way, like we're discussing. And this thing here now, as far as using the body, it's a way of retraining your senses. You have to really retrain the body. One of the first things when we say, okay, if I want to learn to defend myself, I have to first relax. Well, naturally, if you're too tense, you'll never be able to defend yourself anyway. The relaxation part of it is called investing in loss. Because if you pull me in and you're stronger, right, and if I'm tense, you're going to pull me over. So I'm going fighting force with force. If you pull me and I root myself, I'll just let my weight drop. You see the whole difference? Now I'm using my leg. I'm letting my leg take the pull as opposed to my upper body where I'm floating. You can see the difference. So that's, you know, they tend to, there's a lot of principles involved with the Tai Chi. People tend to lose that because they don't understand the functionality and the mechanics of it. If you notice this move, yeah, this technique is very important. A lot of people, when they do it, their chest is out.
Yeah.
But the muscles in the chest should relax. So what happened when the push comes now, what I'm doing this. You see, now I can actually trap him because he can't uproot me.
I'm committed.
When I'm hollow. You see, that's the root. All right, so now if he pushes, I can control him better. Because this is not taking it. What this is doing is collapsing. You see? That's what that movement is. So as he pushes, I'm collapsing. And now, wind pierce ears. Second set. This move. Water, throw back, press, the give. That's my investing loss. My rolling back. That's my collapse. I'm collapsing. And now, I can... Sorry.